What's up, guys? So today it's me, Sal, and Fahad with me. We're driving around in a 2019 BMW X5 X-Drive 40i? XI? Something like that, whatever. 40. It's a very complicated name, but what you need to know is that it's the straight six single turbo motor in this car. So they have two versions of this car now. I think they have the 4.0 and the 5.0, which is, I think, is that a twin turbo V8 or?
Yeah, so that's a twin turbo V8. This one's the they call it the twin power V8. I think there's two scrolls.
Twin scroll, yeah. So it's single turbo, but it has like twin scroll. It's supposed to help with turbo lag and stuff. I think these are. I mean, this is basically off the. It's a future version, or like an update on the N55 motor that BMW's had for years. Almost like 10 years now, I think, ever since the 335 and the 535 back in the day from 2012-13.
Yeah.
But anyways, so today we wanted to talk about why the X5, the new generation, is probably the best 5-seat luxury SUV that you can get, in terms of value, in terms of
the technology you're getting, the feature,
the luxury, exactly. So what are some of the cars that do you think are in the same price range?
The range, I guess you're looking at the
Range Rover
GLE Sport, Range Rover Sport.
That's expensive though. That's I mean, I can easily see that thing climbing up to like 85, 90 grand.
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick,
the
Range Rover Sport,
which
I think is a little bit out of this price range, just because this, in this spec, this is what, about like $74,000.
Yeah,
Range Rover, the Sport, I feel like you're gonna be up in the 90s with the same level of equipment.
Yeah.
Although Range Rover Sport may be a little bit more boss. That's up for debate, I guess. But anyways, what else we got? We got the.
But I also think in terms of quality, you're still getting better workmanship and just build quality with going with something German.
With the Germans, yeah, that's.
I mean, you look at like the Velar that they came out with. That's supposed to have problems with just the infotainment system.
Yeah, I think they overdid because it has like a touch screen.
Yeah.
All with even the climate controls all touch, and I think they went a little overboard. And I don't think they, JLR, Jaguar, or Land Rover, I don't think they have the money
to
like the type of money that BMW or let's say Mercedes or Audi, have to invest. Anyways, what else? We got Mercedes GLE. Which I think the GLE, now they have the GLE300 and the GLE400, non-AMG we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I know the 300 is actually a 4-cylinder. I think it has like 255 horsepower. So I think if you want a GLE to compete, you're gonna have to go with the GLE400. Bunch of options on it. It's probably gonna come up to a similar price as this. So that's a nice car. But I mean, I guess design is something that's very personal, but I think it looks like a bloated walrus. It's hideous. It looks like a walrus that has.
I don't like the rear lights. Also, I feel like they're way too small.
It just looks like the car's melting. I don't know. It's just like,
maybe, yeah.
It's like a scoop of ice cream that's been like sitting there, and it's just like, ugh, it's melting. Yeah. What else we got? We got Audi Q7.
I haven't seen it. I haven't been in the Q7.
No, they're nice. I've ridden in one, but it's very sort of bland. I think it looks like a station wagon on stilts a little bit, and the interior is not very fancy at all. And
the new Q8, that's out of this range, right?
I don't know actually. Oh, actually, I think Q8 might be. The Q8's boss though. That's a nice looking car. It looks very meaty.
The Huracan, or the what's it called, the Urus, based off of that too.
Yeah. The Lamborghini Urus, right? What else we got?
think that's it. So
Porsche Cayenne.
the Cayenne.
Cayenne's a good one, right? Although Porsche with their options, you know, they literally charge you.
Yeah, for a spec like this, you're going to be
everything.
paying like 100,
Yeah,
110.
easy. Yeah, $95,000 to $100,000 for sure with this spec. So this particular car, it is pretty well loaded. You know, we have the technology pack, we have the comfort packs. It's got massaging seats. You know, voice activated everything, gesture control for the infotainment system, so you can sort of like spin your finger or like, you know, use gestures to rewind a track, forward a track. What else? We have lane change, lane departure warning, radar cruise control.
It's got the Harman Kardon sound system.
Kardon sound system. Panoramic sunroof.
The back seats, it doesn't have the executive package, which I'm pretty sure come with screens in the back, but it does have USB-C ports,
which is pretty
and
cool.
actually, if you're gonna get this car, just know that there's only one regular USB. There's
like USB 2.0.
a bunch of
Yeah, the rest are all C's, right?
They're C's.
Yeah, so that's something you want to keep in mind. I guess, I mean, we are moving towards, in general, USB-C ports as being the standard, but something to, you know, take note of. What else? It has a digital gauge cluster with, you know, navigation and everything inside. I mean, this thing is loaded, man.
Fully loaded. Actually, it's
got
hard
everything.
to think what it doesn't have.
Yeah, like what?
You know?
What does it need? I don't even know. You know, you've got radar cruise. You've got
Soft closing
lane
doors.
departure, soft closing doors too. That's, I mean, come on. That's like S class or 7 Series level. But yeah, I really don't think like.
Well, the F-Pace is also in this category.
The F-Pace is in this category. That's cheaper though.
Yeah.
I think you can get a pretty well loaded one for about 65 if you get the F-Pace S with the 340 or 80 horsepower, supercharged. That may, so I know the Jaguars are definitely more, they're sort of better dynamically, but in terms of, you know, pure comfort, I think this is still gonna win it. You know, it's got the air suspension, you can raise it, lower it. Yeah.
Also, the ambient lighting in here is
It's sick.
Sick.
I mean, you've got like 8 or 9 different colors. We have it set to purple right now. I don't think you guys can really see it. Obviously, you can't. But you know, there's green, blue, white, the orange. That's like typical BMW.
And also like a bronze.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm having trouble faulting this car.
Yeah.
Maybe one thing I think aesthetically, I don't particularly like the front end that much.
No, I don't like the front
I think
end
the
either.
kidney grills, the grill is freaking massive. It's like the whole front of the car.
Yeah.
And it's,
I don't know why they made the most ugly part of the car bigger though, on all of their
right?
models.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's, I guess that's where BMW's going. But what else we got?
The rear is nice. The back is, especially the bottom lip,
Yeah,
a lot more bulbous.
Yeah, it looks beefy. It looks meaty. And I don't know. I guess, you know, design is subjective. But me personally, I like stocky SUVs. You know, I want it to look like a, you know, like a proper SUV. I don't know about, what do you say about that?
No, same.
Right? Which is probably why I don't really like the GLE or the Q7, the Audi. They're just too subtle. Not SUV-ish enough.
But the front end on this car is a lot more subtle. The back end is nice.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't like the rear lights on this car. In terms of the middle, where it's white. At night, it looks really nice. But, you know, during the day, it looks.
Yeah, I agree. And I guess BMW is sort of going away from that sort of the L tail lights, you know,
which I really like.
Yeah, I you know, they've been around for like 20 years, 20 plus years. What else? But yeah, overall, I think dynamically, this is, I mean, even though this is the straight 6 turbocharged, this is a fast car. 0 to 60, probably mid 5s, 5.3, 5.4.
Yeah.
You know, paddle shifters, they shift super quick. Obviously not like dual clutch quick, but for an automatic,
Yeah.
very quick. It does do, it blips the throttle and everything like that, which is really nice. Even though you're in a pretty, you know, hefty and SUV, it's a pretty large vehicle.
Yeah.
But it really, it hustles, it moves. Yeah, the ride is super buttery.
The steering?
Steering is, all right, yeah, so it's electric steering. Steering is very, very light. If you're really sort of an enthusiast, you definitely have to put into Sport Plus, or Sport rather.
But even then, you're really not.
And all it does is just weights up the steering. You're not really getting much feel. But having said that, as a daily driver, it's super soft. It's just comfortable. You're just literally one finger to, you know, to steer. But yeah, I really can't fault the car too much dynamically, driving wise. It's very comfortable, very relaxing. You know, you put the massage on, and you just, you know, cruise. You can just eat up the highway miles.
The infotainment system is also probably the best.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, for sure.
Yeah.
Super snappy, super quick. I don't know what they.
It's a really fast processor.
Really
whatever it is, it's super, super quick. And easy, you know? It's just so... You know, I mean, iDrive has been around for, I don't know, since 2002 with the 7 Series, when that came out. And what's that, like 20 years now? 17, 18 years? And they've just been improving it. And this is just... It works great, you know?
You got 4 touch points, so let's say you want to change the song. There's one on the steering wheel, there's one down here.
Yep.
You can use the knob here. You can use the touchscreen too. So for everything, there's, you know, a bunch
it makes
of
it so easy.
that
Yeah, exactly. Ooh,
do everything.
guys, we just saw a Lexus GSF. You don't see many of those. Anyways, all right. Yeah, what else? I think that's about it.
That's about it,
right? I think price-wise, this thing is, you know, the amount of vehicle you're getting for the money. I think it's a really good deal.
There's also something interesting that I guess we didn't notice when the dealership gave us the walk around, but it comes with a digital key. So this is something that you'll probably, you know, put in your wallet or something. I guess you can leave your key if you forget your key, as long as you have your wallet, which should have your driver's license also. You can get into the car, which is pretty sick.
So that sort of reminds me of I know Jaguar and Land Rover do this active key, which is sort of, it looks like a Fitbit or something like that you just put on and then leave the key in the car. I think it's the same thing, but that's a really neat idea. I think this is even better because it's just a card. Yeah. You know.
I think Volvo has something like this too.
I think they do.
And also, there's.
Hey, we didn't talk about the Volvo XC90.
1 second. There's one more thing. In the back here, there's also a wireless charging tray. So if you have an Android phone,
or an iPhone,
the newer iPhones, you should be able to charge your phone in here too, which is nice without connecting it to it. And it has
go ahead.
heated and cooled cup holders, which are pretty sick.
That's boss. Yeah.
Nice.
So you got your iced coffee in the morning. Like it's hot outside. You don't have to worry about like it, you know, getting all like warm and the. All right, so we didn't talk about the Volvo XC90, which is probably one of the best-selling SUVs.
Yeah.
In this segment, I think those are really nice. I think where they sort of lose out to something like this is with the engine, the drivetrain.
Yeah.
You know, they have a 4-cylinder in all of their models. It is supercharged and turbocharged, so it makes like 300 and change horsepower, I believe. But it's, you know, it's not as smooth as this or refined. You know, you step on the gas and you definitely sort of hear the clanginess.
Yeah.
Tech-wise, I think, you know, safety-wise, it's probably really good.
Yeah.
The Volvo, but again, you know, with this car optioned the way that it is, you know, it's probably similar. I think this would win it out.
I think this would win it out too.
Yeah.
And also, if you're, you know, sometimes you just need in terms of the status of the car, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
X,
This is a Beamer
the Volvo
versus
is a Volvo.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
no matter what you do, you're gonna look like an architect.
yeah.
In a Volvo, where this.
I do like the way the Volvo looks though. On the outside, it looks
really
more
nice looking
put
car.
together.
Yeah, it's
the new one
very
than
classy. It's very subtle.
than this,
See, I think the top three, SUVs in this category, I think I would put the X5 at number one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you agree. I would put the Porsche Cayenne number two, although you have to have, money.
Yeah.
You have to stretch your budget a little bit. And I would maybe a tie with number two would be the Volvo XC90. And then you're getting the Mercedes GLE and the Q7 and things like that. I think these three SUVs are the best made. They're I think in the segment they win it for sure.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, I think that's about it. Right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. Subscribe to our channel. We're definitely gonna have more content coming soon. We're gonna post a couple more videos of the X5, some exterior shots, maybe some interior shots during the day, during the night. Anyways, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Catch you next time.